Here in Jerusalem, we had 2 air raid sirens, one last Friday just after Shabbos came in, and one Tuesday afternoon. Thank God the rockets didn't end up falling anywhere near us. Ironically, they fell in Arab villages just outside of Bethlehem. But in the 90 seconds that we had to get ourselves to a bomb shelter or a safe room, it really gave me insight as to what the people in the South have had to deal with on a daily basis. So the war is over. Here are some statistics from the IDF. During the 8-day Operation Pillar of Defense, the IDF targeted 1,500 terror sites, 30 Hamas and Islamic Jihad terrorists, 19 high-level command centers, 980 underground rocket launchers, 140 smuggling tunnels, 66 tunnels used for terrorist operations, 42 operation rooms and bases owned by Hamas, 26 weapons manufacturing and storage facilities, and dozens of long-range rocket launchers and launch sites. And during all this time, yes, over 100 Palestinians were killed. But I'm going to be straight up here. Yes, it is awful that innocent civilians were killed in the sidelines. But just so you're aware, civilians were not the target of this operation, as they were for Hamas. As a matter of fact, the IDF took all precautions necessary in order to avoid civilian casualties. Well, firstly, as I said in my previous video, they dropped thousands of leaflets warning civilians to stay away from Hamas sites. But did they listen? Well, apparently this is difficult due to Hamas's use of human shields, having their weaponries in basements of hospitals and launching sites in children's playgrounds. And then let's look at this from a realistic standpoint. The IDF would target a bomb factory, for example, and these bombs would obviously explode on impact. And if the people didn't listen to the instructions to stay away, it's inevitable for such a large explosion to kill people. Additionally, and you might be surprised by this, oftentimes the IDF would cancel an attack mid-action when they see a random civilian in the vicinity. I really don't think that any other army in the entire world would have such honor. I mean, just look at Iraq. Nevertheless, accidents happen in war, and the IDF does consider it a huge failure on their part if a civilian is accidentally killed. And these accidents are looked into and avoided in the future. Yes, after 8 days of back and forth attacks between Gaza and Israel, and the first bus bomb in 6 years in Tel Aviv, a ceasefire was agreed upon between Israel and the Palestinians. And I say ceasefire because literally 15 minutes from the start of the ceasefire, at 9 p.m. Wednesday night, sirens were heard and rockets were shot into Ashdod from Gaza. By the next morning, over 20 rockets were fired from Gaza into Israel. And again, back to Israel being as honorable as it is, they did not retaliate. So what does ceasefire mean? Israel seizes and Gaza fires? I am no expert on politics or even Israeli politics or how the army works, but I don't agree with the ceasefire. And according to the polls I've seen, I am part of that 70% who are against the ceasefire. Because of this, people are really hating the Prime Minister right now. I don't know, in my opinion, it's just giving time for Gaza to rearm and stock up on more rockets. So, yes. I don't really feel like talking about this anymore. Yeah, so please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this video, and you know what? Here's to better news next week.